So what happened is, I guess EU regulators have now approved the Microsoft Activision Blizzard acquisition.
Oh, it did they? Mm.
What has happened to change the air? Basically, they have created a series of exceptions for EU,
Uh-huh.
particularly all the stuff that they were concerned about with the cloud gaming monopoly. So in the UK, they're going to have to provide a free license for all EU markets to be able to stream and use all games via cloud for free without any uh, whatever interruption
On
or
all cloud gaming services?
here the exact wording is as follows. The remedies that allowed for the deal to go ahead were 10-year licensing deals that Microsoft has offered to competitors, a free licensing deal to consumers in the EU countries that allows them to stream via any cloud game streaming service of their choice, all current and future Activision Blizzard PC and console games that they have a license for.
That
Uh,
seems like a mess.
cloud providers will also be offered a free license to stream these games in EU markets. They're automatic licenses, and consumers will have the right to stream any of the games they've purchased or subscribed to on any cloud or streaming service of their choice on any operating system. So the European Commission requested Microsoft offer this automatic license, and this will now apply globally.
They're
So
not going to do that. They're going to say that they're going to do that, and then they're going to do none of that, and then they're going to eat whatever fine the EU fines them for.
the EU didn't issue a decision until this one. It was the UK that blocked it, and then they haven't changed it. The deal. Let me see. Going a bit further down, regulators' concerns about cloud gaming. Us, not the UK as the exception. Right. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
they quit.
So I guess it'll go ahead, and then the UK will, I guess, be the exception.
I
Um,
guess.
but it seems like it's still able to go through. The UK, US, and European competition authorities are unanimous in that the merger would harm competition in cloud gaming. Microsoft's proposals, accepted by the European Commission today, would allow Microsoft to set the terms and conditions for this market for the next 10 years. They would replace a free, open, and competitive market with one subjecting ongoing regulation. Um, and this is listed as one of the reasons why it was rejected.
Stadiums, it's not looking good.
They're not going to do that. There's no the idea that Activision is going to have to fucking give out Call of Duty and fucking every Blizzard game on every cloud streaming service that exists by legal default is so absurd. That would be a fucking mess to actually have to develop for.
So they're gonna have a legal battle ahead with CMA. Yeah, okay.
Oh yeah,
But
CMA, the UK one's like, nah.
but ultimately the concessions offered to the EU were enough to get the deal over the line in Europe.
Like,
Okay.
they're treating it like television channels, but it's not.
I was wondering though, like, could the UK stop the entire deal, or
Yeah,
is
probably.
it? Well, because when it was coming out initially, that's what it sounded like, and it was like, would they ever just go, okay, you guys are one market, and then we'll ignore that, and then proceed accordingly without you, or figure something else
Yeah,
out, or
no,
whatever.
it looks like Activision Blizzard will have to sue the UK in order to something,
Hmm.
but they've been really adamant that like, nah, we're not going to allow this merger.
Yeah, I imagine. Because the thing is of course, is like if not every market is on board and they don't all agree, then I don't see them being willing to pull out of the UK entirely. But whatever the case is between the last report and this one, it seems like they're allowed to go forward, even if CMA is against it. Um, More as the story goes on, I suppose.
I think the cloud gaming thing being the hand that
So
cock
weird.
blocks this deal
So
is the
weird.
funniest fucking thing in the world.
Not at
Right.
all what you would think. You'd think the overall general monopoly idea would be
Yeah.
a much larger concern, but it appears to not be the case.
Okay, so I'm reading up on it now on the BBC. In order to go through, the deal must be approved by the regulatory bodies in the US, the EU, and the UK.
Mm-hmm.
They all have to give the thumbs up. So no matter what the fuck the European Union and the US say, if the UK CMA regulatory body is like, no way, then that deal is not happening.
Regardless of the EU clearing it and making
Yeah.
no concessions. Yeah, okay, there you go. More as it continues. But hey, that's fine. However you feel about this news, all you got to do is jump onto your local Blizzard World of Warcraft server on Discord and talk about how you feel about what's happening.
I love going on World of Warcraft Discord servers and being like, boy, I sure love World of Warcraft, except for this thing. Ooh, I hate it.
No,
Wait, why am I in trouble?
Don't
What?
do it.
Hey,
Stop.
hey guys, sorry, I wasn't listening. I just finished signing something on the Discord. What's up?
Yeah, what did you sign on the Discord?
I didn't really read it.
Oh yeah, that's I always love to not read the things I sign.
No.
Voice actor specialty.
Oh no. If you don't read the fine print, you might have to install tracking bots onto your Discord, and you might never ever be allowed to say anything negative about Blizzard or its games ever.
Whoa,
Hey.
this sounds epic. Will I get XP?
Does this sound like a company that's in hot water just taking the absolute bluntest solution to being in hot water possible?
Well, this hot water can't be that hot because a new character didn't come out.
Oh,
Change
you're
of
right.
plans, drown the frogs.
They did it. You can skip Diablo 4's campaign if you already beat it with a different character. That was today.
The threshold for hot water is, did they release a new Overwatch 2 character? We know the bar. So yeah, basically Blizzard introduced a new feature on their European community site, which was a community Discord program for WoW. And essentially there's a ton of Discord servers where people are talking about WoW in Europe, obviously. And for you to become an official member, all you have to do is install tracking bots onto your Discord, and you are never allowed to say anything negative about Blizzard. You must install and maintain on the server something called Clockwork Rocket. And
Are you serious? It's called
Clockwork Rocket, and you must install sentiment tracking software requested by Blizzard from time to time and grant Blizzard permission to such software.
How about you track the sentiment inside my asshole?
Look, guys, I just gotta tell you, it doesn't take that much CPU, and also I'm really excited about the new Overwatch character, Wooly. And I'm just the text says I stopped talking there. Okay, keep going.
Okay, I mean, look.
Oh,
Look,
come on.
Look. Here we go. The fine print. The program member represents and warrants that they ... the program member, as of the effective date, holds a positive opinion about Blizzard,
Oh, man.
including any affiliate and its products, and does not seek to become a program member for the purpose of harming Blizzard monetarily or reputationally, or for any other improper or misleading purpose, and shall not make disparaging or negative statements or representations, written or oral, about Blizzard.
I feel like whoever wrote that down wasn't paying attention to the universe, because like the nature of the contract makes the contract impossible to enforce, because by signing the contract you're saying that I promise not to do anything to make Blizzard look bad, but the contract makes Blizzard look bad.
Well,
so
because-
you can't sign it without making Blizzard look bad.
Like, you would expect this type of this type of language control would be a non-disparagement for someone that you're like partnering up with in a way that is not just, hey, fans of our stuff, do you want to be officially recognized?
Hey,
Here, run
Reebok
the-
sponsor, don't get on the stage and say that Reebok shoes suck ass.
Not to bring this back around to Rome, but this was literally a plot thread in Rome where it was like, no, Brutus and Cassius can come back because they were ruled as traitors by a tyrant, but if we decide Caesar was a tyrant, then anything he said doesn't any longer apply. Like the paradox you just described was a plot thread in Rome.
I mean, it's the insanity of like, yeah, this definitely is the type of language you'll see when, you know, someone who works for like a company, you know, gets fired or quits or whatever, and it's like, okay, you can't shit talk, or you can't talk about you have NDAs, you can't shit talk about the company or whatever. There's a term of time before you're allowed to do or say anything or take interviews or whatever the case is, you know. And these are often accompanied with like a payout or some sort of like contract, a termination deal, and yada yada. But the idea of just being like, yo, you contractually have to like us, guys. You have to. If you sign here, it means you like us a lot. Don't sign it if you don't, if you're not my friend.
So when's Twitch giving us this to moderate my chat with? Because I'd like to start handing these out. You know, you can't say mean things about my skill in the game anymore.
Well, unfortunately, Blizzard is currently reviewing the terms of the agreement after the backlash and after a ton of many prominent creators immediately opted out from the proposition. So we're gonna have to see what happens after they're done.
So you know, you always say like we've calculated the backlash to the backlash, and so this has already been accounted for, and now we're gonna do the back down. That's actually what we wanted. But how do you even like? There's no like, what step can you take back on this where people would be like, oh, that's fine then? Like it seems like it's just so far out, so far gone. Like, what are you gonna do?
It was never about like there's no point of this where it's like, oh, we're gonna sell you something and then drop the price or whatever. It's literally
right.
Let's reach out to the people that are our fans that are meeting up in Discords and then offer them recognition in exchange for like control over your fandom. And then crafting a narrative and allowing, and basically anytime there's a controversy or anytime we got to break that glass to reveal the new character, we better be able to go into these Discords where people that care the most about this shit will not be able to talk about what's going on.
We're gonna shut it down because if they've signed this, then we have the legal grounds not to actually do anything, because that would be a waste of time, but to threaten something.
Right.
And then that Discord is done with. So we can't have any situations where people are, I don't know, making a Discord about World of Warcraft and going, hey, here's the massive thread of everything that's fucked up in this expansion release, or, you know, what have you.
Yeah. Control the message, right?
Try to, you know, if you're going to try to position yourself where there is somewhere you can back down to rather than jumping into a void. There's like no step backwards from like assuming direct control of your Discord messages.
And it's just, and again, like, it's like we're already a community that exists for WoW or whatever. This is like a nod of the hat from Blizzard, which is cool, but who the fuck needs it, you know? Like, it's like, oh, we're going to spotlight you in exchange for, like, fucking complete censorship and weird. Like, it doesn't even... The incentive proposition is not great at all. And I guess the hope is that they're like, oh, no, but you're enough of a fanboy that, like, us looking in your general direction will get you excited, right? Like, that's enough for you to install the fucking...
Yeah, I don't know, man. These kinds of Discords I found have a, like, nearly invariable antagonistic, like... aura of them towards the devs, because the devs are hiding information.
We're gamers. We hate these fucking games and the people that make them. What, are you kidding me?
It's
like every time I go into the balance, which is a shithole, everyone's there just like, oh, why won't they fucking do this? Oh, I need my numbers.
I think there's one game I can think of where the players seem to be just content, happy people, and I think it's Deep Rock Galactic. That's the only one I can think of where you jump in and everyone's like, everything's okay here. We're having a good time. It's like a bunch of dads just like having a beer. Everywhere else, it's like, fuck this game. 3,000 hours. But, you know, it's, totally.
I like how the fucked up EVE Online keylogging story is from like 2007, and the fucked up Blizzard key tracking story is from this week.
Yeah, that's right. Nothing ever changes.